Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Winter's Wish, and we get to start Kinji's route today. Can you see? Can you hear the smile on my face? I am so excited to see what this beautiful bastard has up his sleeves for us. Okay. I just cannot wait. But anyway, I'm just so excited. It's all downhill from here, guys. I am sorry, Tominari and Otaro, but your routes might be great and I might enjoy them, don't get me wrong, but you're never going to be able to hold a candle to fucking Kinji. All right, listen. Listen. This man is beautiful, and they better do this route justice. I'm gonna be so mad if I come out of it like, he was really, really pretty to look at, but the route was just really bad, and now I just like, oh. You know what I mean? Anyway, so I've loaded up our common route save file, so we are going to say, we want to work in the entertainment district, obviously. There he is! Oh, town of arts and beauty. Arts and beauty is right there on the left. Flashy district of theater, brothels, and gambling. Focuses on Kinji and Otaro. Focuses on Kinji. Kinji, Kinji, Kinji. Hell yeah. I love it. All right. A day after I decided to work in the entertainment district, I participated in a meeting with the others who had the same assignment. But for some reason, the meeting was called when the sun was just about to set. And so, fortunately, we have a new companion joining the entertainment district group. Everything he says is so douchey. It's just the way I read it, but he's got to have an attitude. Of course he's got an attitude. I totally actually forgot that we get to deal with this bitch the whole fucking time. I am here for this. Oh, God. This is the best. I love it so much. Anyway, unfortunately, you really, because, like, the way I read your lines doesn't sound like you're happy about this, but look at the look on his face. He looks so mad about everything. I'm Spacey, and I'll be working here from now on. I look forward to working with everyone. Yes, feelings mutual. Excited to work with you. I bet you are. I lowered my head nervously, and the two of them gave me a warm welcome. Again, if Otaro stayed like this, in this sprite the whole time, he's adorable like this. I don't mind him like this. He's still got the little baby face, but it's like, yeah, okay, but like, you're like our age, it's fine. It's fine. It's acceptable. He's cute like this. I like this sprite of his. It's just, but this one. Just keep this one. Among them, Otaro, his eyes sparkling, leaned forward. But then he does this the front-facing sprite, and it's like, now you're just adorable, and I just want to give you a Werther's original from my pocket. Oh, and the other one, I got some of those strawberry candies. Maybe some of those little mints that old people keep on their tables. I probably have some of those. You know, he makes me feel like 100, and like I should be giving him candy, because he's, like, just the most adorable little thing. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. Spacey, you really came. I'm super happy. It's going to be so much fun. Yeah, thanks. I'm also happy to hear that. Hey, what are you so happy for? You haven't forgotten what I told you yesterday, have you? This is the entertainment district, a town where idiots and Blightfall run free from morning to night. Don't think for a second that this'll be easy. Oh, I know you're not easy. You are... Actually, you probably are a lot easier than you... Oh, work. Never mind. I'm sorry. That wasn't my intention. I've heard from Otaro and Kinji about the problems in the entertainment district, and I also believe I understand. But still, I want to do my best here. After a lot of consideration, I had chosen the entertainment district. It had the highest number of Blightfall appearances among the 3 districts. On top of that, it was a peculiar area, even in Ito. Plus, we get to deal with this bitch, which I'm happy for, and I get to look at Kinji all the time. I want to say it's the best place to be, But Kyoshiro also exists. Yoichi and Kuga also exist. But, like, Kinji. It's a difficult decision. It had its host of issues, but I couldn't ignore that it was the place that needed my power the most. Plus, Kenji's here. And though the people appointed to the entertainment district are peculiar in their own right, they also gave me lots of advice. Yes, they are actually all peculiar. I feel like I'll be able to accomplish a lot if I'm here. So, since you joined our group, why don't we celebrate? Guess who found a good store recently? That's right, it's me. It's hard when you have to, like, because they're still talking and I read and then I go, meh, and then I have to double click and then I can't do the interruption. Otaro, please don't joke. We have a lot of work later, and you know there's no way we have time for that. Huh? We have work after this? Yes, we do. Unlike the other districts, this district really becomes active from this time of day. Is that so? I looked out the window once more and saw that the surroundings were already enveloped in the dark of night. Normally, this would be around the time I'd be preparing to sleep. To think that even their working hours are different from other districts. Don't underestimate the entertainment district! Akihiko, what shall we do today? Since we have the young lady here, I'm assuming we won't be doing our usual tasks. Like going to brothels? And having some drinks? Because that sounds like fun. In that case, guide her around the entertainment district first. She won't be of any help until she becomes familiar with the area. If you're going to work in the entertainment district, watch the nightlife. Burn it into your eyes. We'll talk about your cover job later. And Spacey, during that, if you notice anything with the clan's power, report it later. We're not sending you out to have fun. Understood? Right, I understand. And now that we've decided our course of action, let's move out, shall we? Alright, let's go. Come on, Spacey, before we leave you behind. Over-the-shoulder sprite like this is also kind of adorable on Otaro. He kind of looks like Peter Pan. He looks like he's going to drag me off to Neverland right now. You know what I mean? There's some kind of like little impish boy face going on right now. I don't hate it. I still like the other one the best, though. Wait! And then we, the entertainment district team, enthusiastically made our way into the nighttime city. It'll be interesting doing this one, too, just because, like, we've seen Otaro, like, 4 fucking times. Like, we saw him when we met him, and then a couple of times he pops up, and then that's basically it. We never see hide or hair of him. You know? So. The entertainment district at night. As soon as we entered it, I could almost trick myself into thinking I had visited an entirely different city. I had visited an entirely different city. That does not want to roll off my tongue. Amazing! It's completely different from in the daytime. How should I put this? It's really sparkly. You know what? It sounds ridiculous, but I'm here for it. It's really sparkly. Oh, you've piqued my interest. I like sparkly things. Oh, that's a new take. I've gotten used to it, but it does give off a pretty different impression, doesn't it? It's pretty. When I stood here like this, I could fancy myself as nothing more than another member of the cast, helping create this fantastical sight. It's like she's at goddamn Disney World. And accompanying that sensation was the feeling that the many things that would normally trouble me were small and insignificant. I think that's the vibe they're going for. All the things that are troubling you won't trouble you here. It's like the fucking, what is the name of the little, not Peter Pan Island, no, not Neverland, but a little bit of that, but the little theme park or whatever that Pinocchio gets dragged to. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you could come here. Like, you know what I mean? It's given that kind of vibe. The entertainment district sure is marvelous. While in thought, I looked around and noticed something. Now that I think about it, I don't see any children at all. Is it because of the time? Oh, we haven't walked down Brothel Lane. Right. Though I occasionally saw elderly people, there were no young kids at all. This sounds like my kind of place. There's no kids? Here for it. I didn't hear the cheery voices of children or sobs of babies that had been common during the daytime. Precisely. The entertainment district at night forbids the entry of those who have yet to come of age. Okay, hold on. Coming of age ceremony. A ceremony signifying that a boy has come of age. Not a girl, though. There's been an increase in shops that are not suitable for children, so anyone too young to be accountable for their own actions is turned away. Shops that aren't suitable for children? Like the sex shops, girl? I wonder what kind of places those are. I cannot wait for us to be getting this kind of education. Also, I know it's impolite to ask, but how old are you? I'm 19. Oh, that's a surprise. Judging by how you act and talk, I thought you'd be younger. You know, I want to take that as a compliment, but I know it's an insult. Because, like, oh, I thought you were younger. Thanks! But you're not saying because I look young, you're saying because I act immature. So, like, yeah, it's not, oh, you have such a youthful way about you, Grandma. Okay. But, like, at 19, when they're like, oh, I thought you were younger because of the way you talk and act, it's like, you're an immature asshole. Ouch. You know what, Kinji? The audacity of you to roll up in here, being this goddamn beautiful, and fucking insulting me, because that's the kind of shit I like, sir. Keep it coming. Because it's not gonna, it's just gonna make me like you more. God, give it to me. Could you put on glasses, too, while you're at it? I'm just saying. Borrow Kyuhiko's glasses for a second. I just want to see something. And then pin me against a wall and insult me. And then, for science. It's for science. Well, your age shouldn't pose any problems. With that, Kinji gave me a smile that implied something more. His eyes were narrowed, and the strange lasciviousness exuding from his expression made my heart skip a beat. I mean, yeah. Lasciviousness. Wow. Why did you look away just now? Are you narrowing your eyes at me trying to be all sexy? In the title credits, when it comes up, they describe him as vain and alluring. Yeah, I'm here for that. I'm sorry. It's nothing. You're like, you were too goddamn gorgeous. Stop it. I do like that they made the two most beautiful ones in here, like, kind of like the biggest assholes, if you think about it. I mean, we haven't really met much from Kinji, but he has kind of been a little bit of a tease and a little bit of a dick since the very beginning. And then Yoichi is, like, fucking beautiful and is like, yeah, whatever, I give no fucks. And you're like, God, you're so cold and aloof, and I love it. They know what we like. Well, they know what I like, and it works. Well, all right. Let's head to the front gate, shall we? You'll get to see a place that only opens at night in the entertainment district. Yeah, that place is especially fancy. Cool. Let's head there immediately. Okay. Guided by the two, who started walking off comfortably, I pressed on through the entertainment district. After we walked through a towering gate, we saw what lay ahead of us. There stood a uniquely structured street with rows of buildings of the same look and style. All of the buildings had wooden bars installed on the first floor. Beyond that, a great number of women were lined up. Everyone was wearing glamorous clothing and had beautiful makeup on. At least they're wearing clothes. Hanging from their necks were wooden tablets that looked as if they were just describing the name of a product. You know, I almost feel like this, just the little glimpse that we're getting of the red light district, would have been better to do before we were coming in here trying to figure out stuff in Yoichi's route. You know what I mean? Because we're like, oh, it's got the tags, that's because they're foreign folk, whatever. But this is very, like, on the nose. Like, we're having wooden tablets, and you're like, oh, they're foreign folk. that they're describing the name of a product. Well, it is. That's Bethany, and that's Sarah, and that's Miranda, and that's Amanda, and, like, which one do you want to buy for the night? Like, since they're sex workers, they're kind of are the product, and that's kind of fucked up, but a little funny that the game's like, see what we did here? Yeah, no, we saw it, don't worry. Apparently, most of them were form folk. And this place is called a red light district. I heard that you grew up in the countryside, but I'm sure you've at least heard of it before. Genji's like, I fucking hope. You're like, nope. Red light district, a division containing brothels authorized by the shogunate and sectioned off from the surrounding area with fencing and ditches. Yoshimune over there like, approved? Yes. Let's go right ahead and wander around. Just walking around without entering the brothels, is fun on its own. What are you implying? Sweetie, babes, are you old enough to be here? I mean, obviously, but also still, I mean, I guess that's a good thing. But, like, walking around without going into brothels is fun on its own. That implies you've gone into the brothels. Excuse me? Are you the man whore? Not what I expected. I thought Vessels didn't care about that shit. See, Otaro's got some skeletons in his motherfucking closet, and they might be, like, brothel workers, is all I'm saying. You come out and he's like, no, I've always had okay, wait. Yoichi always had his memories. And then Otaro's like, I'm not actually a vessel. Like, I am, but I'm not. But, like, oh, yeah, no, and I'm, like, hitting up all the brothels. I've slept with everyone in this district. Sir, excuse me? At this point, I'm not sure if anything would surprise me in this game. That might surprise me, because I'd be like, in our wholesome game? You whore? I'm here for it. He's the last one you'd expect, but next to Tominari, because Tominari just seems pretty apathetic, so, like... brothel, a place that employs courtesans and sells guests the opportunity to be entertained by them. Yeah, okay, sure. The Red Light District. A closed-off district where places making their living from selling women gathered in one place. Women sold their bodies to pay off their debts, and the men would purchase them. It's said that tales of love take place here, if only for one night. I've heard rumors about the Red Light District when I was living in the village, but I never thought it was a place like this. Oh my, could that be Kenji? He's much more handsome in person than his Yukioe art. You're right. Hey, Kenji, why don't you come on over? I'll give you the night of your life. Girl, how dare you steal the lines from out of my mouth? That's not even fair. I was going to say the same thing. She said it before I got to. Me going over there and smacking him. Don't you talk to my fucking man like that. No, I'll pass. Good. He's only got eyes for nobody. You know what? That's what I like about the vessels. They have no eyes for anybody. Until I'm over there with a little chisel, like, tink, 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 tink. You don't see me doing this. Just sitting there trying to crack open the little seal, and then they burst for it, and then they're in love with me, and it's like, hell yeah! It's the way I like it. Oh, how cold! Why not let your hair down just for today? How's that sound? His hair's basically almost completely down anyway. It's just up in a little part bun. I'm fine, thank you. What? Jeez, what a stick in the mud. Fine then, Otaro. What do you mean, fine then? And I've already told you I'm not interested in that stuff. Go seduce someone else. But Otaro, I mean, you knew he wasn't going to be interested in that stuff, but it's funny, like, just walking around in the Red Light District is fun without even going into a brothel. Implying that you've been in a brothel and you know the difference. Because, like, I mean, I'm sure what he meant was, it's fun just to walk around. You don't even have to go in to have fun. I've never been in, so I don't know the kind of fun they have in there, but I know just walking around is fun. But then it's like, right now he's like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Because he's getting hit on, so... You act like you don't want to get hit on walking down the street. So what are you doing in the red light district? I mean, they have to patrol. So, like, I know what they're doing in the red light district. But, like, what fun are you having walking the streets of the red light district when courtesans are throwing their tits at you? And you're like, God, how many times do I have to tell you? Like, you know what I mean? Perhaps it was because it was in the business of selling bodies. To my eye, the red light district had become a crucible of emotions. The courtesans beyond the lattices tempted the men, while the men appraised the women. Though that was all there was to it, I felt conflicted. Not only that, but there were so many emotional imprints. Each of the brothels standing along the street were covered with webs of pure black thread. Well, yeah. Judging from how they attached to the brothels, as well as the sheer amount of them, they were likely born from a significant number of emotions. All right, here, I'll leave this with you. At that point, as if he had just remembered, Otaro handed me something. It was a tag made of wood. In the middle, there was a number and a mark signifying that it came from the red light district. This tag is... It's called a stamp. It's a permit that women need in order to leave the red light district. Make sure you keep it with you at all times. I was like, he's handing us a tag, and I'm like, are you telling me I should pretend to be a courtesan when I'm working around? No, it's a pass I need to get out. Otherwise, they think I'm running away, and I'm going to get trapped here. You know what? I like it less. We didn't have to wear one in Yoichi's route, but we were with Miyagi, so he would have been like, no, this belongs to me. And we were with Kuga and Yoichi that other time, so we were spoken for property. Otherwise, they're like, whoa, woman running around on her own. Whose property is this? These two. I belong to these two. And Kiyohiko. You know, not complaining. Stamp. A permit required for a woman to leave the red light district. Jesus Christ, this gets weirder as we go. Oh, I see. Thank you. Good. I'm putting my... Like, could you imagine just being there and they're like, here, this is so that you can leave and they don't think you're owned by one of these brothels. And you're like, okay, cool. Instead of being like, the fuck? What? Excuse me? Like, she's like, hey. Wait, if it's only for women, does that mean men don't need it? Well, yeah, because men aren't property. Girl, it's like you don't remember the world you live in. They're explaining it for all the rest of us who are like over here with our jaws on the floor, like the audacity. The audacity of the past to be a bag of dicks. We know. Yes, men are free to enter and leave at will. The stamp was designed to prevent the courtesans from running away. Courtesans cannot leave the red light district until they finish their terms of service. If you don't want to be locked up in here, I recommend you don't lose it. I understand. I'll be Oh, Tatsu, that tickles! Come now. Oh, come now. I'm in the middle of casting a spell. You have to stay still. As I nodded to Kinji's advice, I heard some mushy voices from right next to me. When I looked in surprise, a man and a woman were holding hands in front of a brothel and talking about something. Oh, interesting. Okay. All right. So we got characters we got sprites. Okay. Like, we got what's probably a courtesan. She's kind of adorable. Okay. And then we got, like, stock standard side character guy over here. He's like basic Bob. Or, well, he's typical Tatsu, I guess. Like, you know? He's just as basic as you can fucking get. He's basic background dude. So, like, you know, that's how they usually... So you look all innocent and sweet and adorable. You're like, look at this little adorable background guy. Okay, but you're probably gonna, like, I don't trust anybody in the background, okay? Listen, I don't. Well, especially... Oh, yeah, no, something's going to go on with you two, though, especially. Because we have to go through... Before we get to Kinji's route and the main crux of his... we have to go through the entertainment district common route. So, okay, it's going to revolve around you guys somehow, like it did with Otone and Mitsu. Judging by her clothes, she was a courtesan, and since the man didn't have a sword, he was probably an ordinary citizen. The courtesan was around my age, and our height and physiques weren't that much different either. Go. So, 3 times. Hachi, hachi, and hachi! The man appeared to be using his index finger to write words on the courtesan's palm. After repeating that 3 times, he squeezed the woman's hand shut, as if sealing something within her palm. Sounds like he's writing his phone number in there, except for I don't think they have phones and phone numbers, and he ain't writing it with a pen, but he's like, I don't know. I pray that you'll be healthy and happy forevermore. And then the man instantly released the woman's hands. There you go. The spell is complete. Thank you. I love you, Tatsu. Perhaps it was her way of thanking him. As soon as the courtesan's hands were released, she hugged the man tightly. Not only that, but she even gave him a big kiss on his cheek. Come now, we're out in public. It's fine, honey. You're my swain, so I have to mark you as mine to keep other women away. What's a swain? Swain, someone you're romantically involved with. Okay. Just like she said, the man's cheek was marked with an iridescent color that decorated the woman's lips. Wow, she's so forward. Is this what the red light district's like? I couldn't help but stare at the provocative interaction unfolding before me. And then, perhaps noticing my gaze, the pair suddenly turned to face me. Oh, okay, that's the dude speaking. Oh, it's helpful actually having their sprites. I can see their mouths moving, and then I know who's talking. Oh, if it isn't Otaro. Wait, that's Tatsu. I see you're wandering through the red light district again today. Indeed, I have no choice but to come here to meet my lovely girl. I just can't seem to calm down unless I see her face. Tatsu, I love you. I can't live either unless I see you every day. How is she just casually saying such embarrassing things? Kenji's gonna make us say this stuff, isn't he? He's gonna be like, tell me how much you love me. Because we were like, oh my god, it's so embarrassing. And he is absolutely the kind that would torture us into saying embarrassing shit to him. I'll say it all day left and right. I will fawn over him, tell him how much I love him, tell him how beautiful he is. Touch every inch of his body, comb his gorgeous hair. Yeah, I mean, seriously, whatever. I ain't got no shame right now. I'm playing these games for you guys, and I say this shit, and it goes on the... I got no fucking shame when I'm playing these games. The rest of the time, I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck did I say that you guys are listening to? But, whatever. Otaro, who is this? This there's Tatsunosuke. He works at a store called the Kirima. Yeah. Kirima Exchange, and exchanges money. He also deals with our show tent. Kirima Exchange. I don't know why, like, Kirima, I was like, my brain wanted to put more syllables in there when I first read it. Anyway, one of the currency exchanges in Edo, Tatsunosuke, wow, I read it right the first time. He's the young master of the shop. Kirima isn't his last name. Kiri means cash, and Ma means middleman. Oh, so you're the young master of the Kirima Exchange. I've heard great things about that place. Some say it's growing at quite the pace. No, you flatter me. Apologies for the late introduction. I'm an actor of the entertainment district. My name is Kinji. So you're Kinji! Of course, I'm aware of who you are. It's an honor to meet you in this fashion. It's like, when you're on stage, you're so hot, I wish I could have sex with you. But then I come into the courtesans who are... Actually, he just doesn't want to... Listen. You know, back in the day, when beautiful men like Kinji were on stage being hot girls... There were some dudes who were like, kind of into men, and they just pretended. Actually, there were lots of, not probably, there were points in time in history where gay men were just gay and they didn't have to hide in a fucking closet. And then we reverted to hiding in closets. And then we were like, no, it's okay. And now we're back to trying to shove everybody in fucking I don't know what the hell's happening. Times are fucked, man. Anyway. But there were some men who were like, yeah, I love my what? I might be gay right now seeing that man up there because, like, Kinji's so fucking hot. He's gorgeous. And then you put him in drag and you're like... Also, that's everything I've ever wanted in a man. I just want a man who looks good in a dress. I'm just saying. You come for my unhinged takes, don't you? Yeah, I hope so. Ah, this over here is Ruriko. Ruriko is going to be so hard to say. Because my brain, I cannot, like, my mouth doesn't, like, the Ruriko, when there's the Ru and the Ri, and the too many R's together, I can't do in Japanese, so. Can we just call her Ru? Anyway. This over here is Ruriko. Ruriko. Yeah, see, I can't. It just like, it just comes out in a jumble. Oh, she works as a courtesan in the red light district. Nice to meet you. She's fucking adorable. So who's that girl over there? Is she perhaps either one of you two's special someone? Yeah, someday. Ruriko smiled mischievously as she raised a pinky. Even I knew what that gesture meant. I don't. No, we don't have that sort of relationship. That would be impertinent of me. How quaint. Hey, Kinji, she said it'd be impertinent. Get a load of this. What a good junior, respecting her elders like that. Otaro, you should take some notes. No way, I'm not into that kind of stuff. She's not anyone's lover. Then how do you all know each other? I'm not anyone's lover. I'm everyone's lover. There's a distinction. We're just acquaintances. And today we're here to show her around. And this is Spacey. She's our friend. She moved to Ito just recently, so please be kind to her. I see. I hope they don't make me work in the red light district. That's going to be really difficult. It's nice to meet you all. That iridescent lipstick is wonderful. Oh, you mean this safflower rouge? This is a special lipstick, and I'm the only one in Ito who wears it. All right, so now when we find the safflower rouge on some dead body, we know who done it. Don't tell us your secrets. Safflower rouge, a special type of iridescent lipstick used exclusively by Ruriko since it's still unknown outside of one area of the capital. Is that so? Yep, because I'm the only one who knows how to make this color. I haven't told anyone. You could totally... Girl, why are you working as a courtesan? You could be selling that shit and making bank. Iridescent lips. I'm just like, like how many glittery lip glosses and eyeshadows and shit I have, and you got some fancy iridescent lip gloss that you can make people? Girl, they be buying that shit up in a storm, especially if you put different colors. Just saying. Is there some sort of secret to it? I look forward to getting to know you. Well, I'm a courtesan, so I can only meet you here. While saying that, Ruriko placed a hand on her chin a little awkwardly. Because of that action, my eyes were naturally drawn to her neck. Just like the other courtesan, she had a wooden tablet hanging there. Ruriko, I see you also have your wooden tablet attached to your neck. Well, of course. All of the form folk here carry wooden tablets on their necks. It's a rule to make it easier to tell us apart from humans. Ruriko motioned around as if she was telling me to look. Farm folk are originally tools, so unlike humans, we don't get sick. We're convenient in a lot of ways, so we come in handy at the red light district. Take care of your possessions, guys. I'm just saying. Because what's going to happen when you love something in your house so much that you give it a soul and sentience and you turn it into a person and then it's got to turn tricks to make ends meet? You know what? Be careful with the magic and the love you instill in your inanimate objects. All right? Don't make them turn tricks to earn a buck. That's just sad. No, but like seriously, like you have to think like, okay, it's just horrible when they phrase it this way. Like, we're tools. I mean, yeah, they keep saying foreign folks are tools, but it's like, it just feels so wrong. it's not that it's not true, because they were originally inanimate objects that came to life, but it still kind of feels fucked up, you know what I mean? And, that's the point. But, like, we don't get sick. We're convenient in a lot of ways. And we come in handy at the red light district because we're not going to get pregnant. We're not going to get STDs. We're never going to call out sick because we don't get the flu or anything. So, like, bam, awesome. But it goes back to the fact that they are living beings being treated like they aren't living beings. And that's the whole problem in and of itself. But also, like, if you just think about it, like, who created Ruriko? You know what I mean? Like, Yoichi was on the verge of becoming a form folk before what's-her-face chucked him away. Shizuki. I was like, what the hell's her name? Before she threw him away, and then they turned him into a vessel. Okay. But, like, Ruriko could have been someone's favorite item. She turned into a form folk and that person died or something happened, whatever, and now she gotta turn tricks. Or you know what I mean? Like, Otone sold her hair to make ends meet instead of being like, Mitsu, I'm selling you to the red light district, turn tricks and earn me money. Because you know that there's probably someone who has turned over their form folk to turn tricks for them. And, like, but the form folk are like, well, that's my job, I'm just a tool. And it's like, oh, no, stop. Oh, there's so much wrong with this. Like, this is not your choice. Like, I enjoy my job. Okay. Like, I'm gonna go be a stripper because I'm gonna make some good money and, like, whatever, I don't mind it. Like, that's your choice, but being forced to do it is different. So, like, how many of the form folk chose this and are like, although, to be fair, I feel like courtesans back in ye olde times were probably treated better than, like, strippers or porn stars or any kind of sex workers these days, to be fair. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway. In a lot of ways, at first I didn't understand the meaning of the words. Then I remembered that this was the red light district and gasped. I see. I thought I'd understood a courtesan's job, but I hadn't wrapped my head around the specific details. Oh, girl, you're just in denial. It was something that I'd never properly thought about until now, so I couldn't help my face reddening. On the other hand, things can be more difficult because they're form folk too. Buying freedom for a courtesan, for example. If she were human, all we'd have to do is pay her bondage fee to start a life with her, but... Bondage fee! Buying freedom, paying a courtesan's ransom, debt, on her behalf, which allows her to leave the brothel. Which is like, they're like her bondage fee and her ransom, and it's like, it's really just because she has debt, and now they paid, the brothel owner paid off your debt, so now you're paying them off by working for them, but I'm sure you're not getting as good of a deal. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just, but in the case of form folk courtesan, you have to overwrite the owner of the tool, so it takes more time. Not only is it a difficult process, it also costs so much money. What do you mean by overwrite the owner of the tool? Like, I mean, somebody owns Ruriko then still, so it's not like, it's not like her owner died and the brothel owner took her in. Do you need to go potties? You're getting really fucking annoying right now, bird. Oh, God, you're driving me bonkers. So, you know what I mean? So she does have an owner out there. Maybe that's going to be the crux of the issue is, like, her owner, and then he wants to buy her. But what does it mean by overwrite? Is it kind of like, oh, I own Ruriko. I hate saying that. It makes me feel so fucking wrong, but this is the terms of the game, so I'm not like, but it just feels so fucked up. I know she's not really a human being, but she's still a human being. I don't know. But, like, you have to love her more than the original owner in order to then, like, steal possession of her? Or, like, you have to get the original owner to agree to, like, hand her over. You know what I mean? Like Shizuki and Yuichi, right? He's a comb. She loved him so much she turns him into a form folk, let's say. Then she's Yoichi's owner. She sends him off to work at a brothel. Guess. And then but do you have to love him more than she does in order to overwrite her ownership of him? Like that kind of? Or it's more like you have to convince her to like give ownership of this form folk / item to you. I mean, maybe we'll find out. It's interesting. This is an interesting little like conundrum and concept that they're bringing up now. You know what I mean? So, okay. Be interesting to find out if they give us details on that, so. Oh, you two seem awfully familiar with the topic. Are you going through with the process? As soon as he asked this, Tatsunosuke and Ruriko looked at each other while blushing. Aww. It was almost as if they were confirming each other's thoughts. I mean, okay, I just want them... I really hope neither one of you is a shady, lying asshole hurting the other one. I really hope, I just want you to be happy now. So I want to take this for what it is right now, at face value, and just be like, I just want to help them. Yes, to tell the truth, I'm going to be buying Ruriko's freedom the next time I come. Oh, nice. Does that mean the two of you will live together from now on? Yeah, that's the idea. I don't have a wife right now, and as long as Ruriko's fine with it, I was hoping she would marry me. Something bad is so gonna happen to one of them, and I don't like it. Oh, no. Well, Otone and Mitsu made it out okay. Tenichibo made it out okay. He was a dumbass, but I'm glad we started with that, because you were like, you caused your own problems, you dumbass. And he was lied to and manipulated, and Otone and Mitsu were lied to and manipulated. But these two, you're like, I know something bad's gonna happen, but I really hope at the end we could pull it around and get you two back together, because, stop it. I'm here for the love story between me and Kinji, but right now it's like, Kinji, sit over in the corner. We're focusing on these two right now. I am here for their love story before I start mine with Kinji. It's fine. It, still doesn't feel real. Then I could be married to Tatsu. I wonder if I'd make a good wife. You'll be fine. Just being by your side would make me the luckiest person on earth. Stop it. I love these two and I need everything to be okay. They're killing me. Tatsu! Ruriko. And then Tatsunosuke and Ruriko stared at each other with passion in their eyes. Tatsunosuke is the hardest fucking name to say. The first pair of human and form folk lovers I'd ever seen, entwining their fingers together like it was second nature to them. Oh, it's the first pair of human and form folk lovers you're going to see, but it's not going to be the last because Kinji's not exactly a form folk. He's a vessel, but he still started off on the path to becoming a form folk, so they're similar. So technically we'll be the first human vessel lover you'll ever see, because the other routes didn't happen in this realm. Looking at the two of them, I started to feel that it was strange to care about our difference in species. You two. It seems that we're bothering them. Let's hurry and leave, shall we? Agreed! We gave the pair of them a last glance and then continued our tour of the red light district. Oh. But to make a long story short, Tatsunosuke and Ruriko were just the start. Because in the red light district, things that would never happen in other places are considered the norm. The courtesans calling out, appealing to the lust of the men. Men and women passionately entangled with each other in front of the establishments. Alongside all of that, threads bearing deep colors and black threads flitted about our surroundings. I'd seen so many scenes that I'd never even imagined up to this point in my life. I was at my wit's end. I was like, she's got her eyes closed or whatever, because I'm like, did Kinji just pop up? Yeah. Well, that's about it. There are brothels and escort tea houses in the back, but it's more or less the same as this. escort tea house. Tea houses in the red light district whose role was to lead customers to brothels. So you go get some tea and then they like take you to a brothel? Okay. Interesting. I need to ask, what are you doing? It's just, there's way too much information for my eyes to take in. She is walking with her eye. I was like, why did the screen go black with just a little strip? And I'm like, that's interesting. She's got her eyes like mostly closed. She's like, eh. At the time, I was covering my eyes with my hands in order to narrow down my field of vision as much as possible. I could see Kinji's befuddled expression from the narrow gaps between my fingers. I knew it looked pathetic, but if I didn't do that, I just couldn't handle the stimulation. Especially because she's watching people be all impassionedly entwined. It's probably getting her a little hot and bothered thinking that she wants to do that with Kinji. It would be making me think I want to do that with Kinji, so fair. I had my predictions, but to think it'd be this bad. What are you going to do from here on if you're like this? Or if you like, why don't I tell you what sort of things go on in that brothel over there? It's okay! I'm already well aware of that! I'm sorry! I like that he thinks we don't know what sex is. You're like, I know what sex is. I don't need you to graphically describe things. I do like the fact that he wants to tease us about it, though. Well, you can't blame her, right? She's been living up in the mountains till now, so she's probably never seen things like this. Thank you, Otaro. And you can see others' emotions, can't you? In an entertainment district full of desires, it'll probably take some time to adjust. Thank you, Otaro. Otaro, it was something that I should have explained myself, but I was extremely grateful that he did it for me. Then, Kinji also looked around as if he noticed for the first time. I forgot about your special power. You see things differently from the rest of us, don't you? And to tire you out from the first day would affect our later missions, so shall we take a break somewhere for a bit? Look, he's being kind. Okay. In that case, I know a good place. At Kinji's suggestion, Otaro confidently raised his hand. And then the place Otaro took us to was... Boom! It's a gambling house! Yet another flamboyantly decorated building. Even the room that we were taken to had nests of emotional imprints. Perhaps these were the leftover desires of the many people who came here. Otaro, here of all places? Why not? You can sit for as long as you want and play for as long as you like. It's the best place to take a break. Are you sure it isn't just because you wanted to have fun here? Ah, darn. Was it too obvious? Shit-eating grin right now. Kinji looks so over it! He looked over it before and then his eyes narrowed and he looks even more over it. I love it. Unbelievable. We're here for the young lady's tour today, so I'll forgive you this one time. But the next time you pull something like this, expect this to happen to your arm. Kinji took out a towel from his inner pocket and twisted it tightly for us to see. Though it didn't look like he was using that much strength, the towel made disturbing ripping sounds and looked like it was about to tear. Whoa, you're kidding, right? My arm's gonna turn into that? Note to self, never ever get on Kinji's bad side. Oh, he wouldn't do that to us. He would do other things to us, and I can only imagine, but I think I'm gonna try to get on his bad side just to find out. I'm just saying I need to be punished a little, okay? Hey, by the way, a gambling house is where you make bets, right? Isn't that illegal? Oh, no worries. The gambling houses on the main roads are the ones recognized by the shogunate, so they're safe. Don't let me in with those people sneaking around in the back rooms. We pay our taxes to the shogunate nice and proper. I'm sorry. At that point, a large man dressed like a scoundrel came over. The one arm protruding from the sleeve of his kimono had a flashy camellia tattoo on it. His intimidating attitude and appearance made me shiver in fear.
Hey, Pops, don't scare her too much. This is her first time visiting the entertainment district at night.
So this is the first time you're visiting a gambling house then, eh? What a sucker.
Sir, what did you say just now?
What? I didn't say nothing.
So what'll it be today? We have most of the games. Hanafuda, CeeLo, Chohan, take your pick.
Species, is there anything you want to try?
You can't just tell me what the names are and expect me to know. I've never gambled before. I lived alone in the mountains. I barely played games. I wouldn't have had anybody to play games with. Then how about Hanafuda? The art is colorful, so I think it's popular with women as well. Kinji picked up a thick stack of cards from the pile of curios that the gambling house's owner brought over. When I peered at it from the side, there were lots of bright pictures of various animals and flowers. Wow, you're right. It's so pretty. Then it's decided.
So, what do you want to do with Hanafuda? You need to memorize hands to play games like Hana Awase or Koi Koi.
And it was so funny when they said Hanafuda. I'm like, is that what we play in Hana Awase? Yes, because we also get Koi Kois in Hana Awase. I still have not finished that game. I keep forgetting about it. But like, I was like, when they talked about the cards, I'm like, yeah, it's making me flashbacks of playing the card games in that. Which, you get to the point after you're playing, because you're playing the card game in that game, and you're like, okay, I kind of get how to work it. Now it's been so long since I've, played, because there's, 7 of those. There's, 3, I think? But, since I've played any one of them, I don't even remember where I was, which volume I was on, and I'm like, I'm gonna forget how to play the fucking card game. Oichi Kabu? Anyway.
Which means Oichi Kabu is probably the way to go.
Oichi? Yeah, Oichi Kabu. Which is a game played with Hanafuda cards. That is not helpful of a glossary term. It's a game played with Hanafuda cards. Yeah, which I'm assuming... Well, I could have assumed that, but, in which you do, it's similar to this or something. You know what I mean? Oichi Kabu, you say?
What, you don't know the basics? Then I'll teach you.
First, the dealer draws 3 cards for the board, like this. All you need to do is decide which of the 3 you want to bet on.
Okay, I like how they put the card insert in there.
You can add up to 2 additional cards to this one. Whoever has a total number whose last digit is closest to 9, the Kabu, wins.
So it's kind of like 20. It's like blackjack, basically. But you're trying to get to 9, not 21. Okay. Well, that seems easy. Well, if that's all there is to it, I could play it too.
Alright then, let's give it a shot. Pops, do you want to play?
You bet. A gambling house ain't a gambling house unless there's a dealer.
By the way, about splitting the bet. Since there's a newbie here, how about playing it simple this time? Whoever's first gets the whole pot. How's that sound?
So then everyone is an opponent. I don't mind. Do I have to bet money on this? Whatever are you talking about? This is a gambling house. Of course there's money at stake. And as long as you win, you can increase your return several-fold. You won't regret it unless you lose your shirt. Kinji is a bad influence. Will things go that smoothly? No, they never do. And I don't think it's good to use money I received on gambling. Then could this round be a trial and I just watch you play?
What? But there's no point if you don't play. Just let loose and have some fun for a change. And then earn lots of money. Bam!
Really? To my surprise, Otaro took out the entire contents of his wallet with a brilliant smile. I mean... You're getting paid, but aside from food and stuff, but what do you really need money for? Because you'd think you're probably getting room and board, you know what I mean? They're probably have some place for you to live, and they have cover jobs on top of getting paid by the Oniwaban and But she's over here like, I have barely had anything my own. She's never really had money, if you think about it. Because, like, she lived in the mountains in the wood, and then, like, the people in the village were nice enough to bring her food and not let her starve to death. But they probably were hoping she would starve. You know what I mean? Like, she didn't have a job. They didn't want her anywhere near them. They're like, we'll give you food to keep the fuck away from us. So, like, this is probably the first job she's had. She's like, this is the only $5 I've ever owned. Well, the majority were one mon or 4 mon coins. It seemed there were Ichibuken coins mixed in as well. What are Ichibuken coins? Ooh, a type of gold coin in circulation during the Edo area. That doesn't tell us what they mean. 1 and 4 is mon like $1? Like, well, but then what is a boot? Like, it's a gold coin, but what does it amount to dollar-wise? You know what I mean? Even number-wise, just tell me it's worth like 10. Okay, I'll just assume like $10. You know what I mean? Like, but you're just telling me like Ichi's 1 though, so maybe those are dollar coins and the rest of them are like cents. You know what I mean? I don't know. They're not explaining. You explain the weirdest shit. Sun, it's a yellow orb in the sky. You're like, I know what the fucking sun is. Like, it's a game played with these cards. I got that, but what? Like, and at least the guy explained it, but I don't know what the money is. Whatever. You're gonna bet that much? Are you sure?
It's fine. Besides, it's more entertaining when you win big.
But what if you lose?
Me lose? Don't worry about it.
He knows how to count cards, doesn't he? Spacey, don't be such a poor sport. Just accept your defeat and make your wager. And to understand the dangers of gambling is to understand the essence of the entertainment district. It's a necessary experience if you want to work here. I understand. If it came down to this, then there was no escape. This time everyone was a rival, so I had to take out quite the wager in order to match Otaro. You're like, I don't have that much money. What should I do? I took out all the money I have. No, at this point I have to resolve myself.
Seems like you made up your mind. So, which one are you betting on? Which ones are yous betting on?
At those words, we looked once again at the cards dealt on the table. I wonder if we, like, have to, if we pick, if it's a choice. You know what I mean in the guide, I'm wondering. 1, 8, 9. Until we decide which one of these cards we'd bet on, the competition wouldn't start. Okay, you want to get closest to 9. If you bet on the 9 and you're like, don't draw any more cards, I got 9. Done. Same with, and then you wouldn't bet on 8, because then you'd have to, but like 1, you could, but you know what I mean? Like, I guess I don't he said you can draw up to 2 other cards on them. You know what I mean? But like, you want to get to 9. Maybe I'm misunderstanding how they're going to play, because it's like, that'd be like a card flips over and you're like, 21, which one do you want to bet on? I'm going to go with 21 and I'm going to stay. I'm not going to hit, because why would I do that? So like, I don't know. Spacey, since you're a beginner, we'll let you have first pick.
True, you can choose first.
Thank you very much. Since this is a serious competition, I'll just take up their offer. Unless it's like you bet on 9, and then if he flips over 2 1s, then you have 11. And say you had the 1, and then he draws 2 9, you draw 2 cards on each one. You know what I mean? And then the one closest to 9. You know what I mean? Whereas on the 1, you could draw another 1 and a 9. And then you'd have 11, and on the 9, you could draw 2 9s, and you're like, fuck, then you're way past. You know what I mean? Maybe it's like you draw 2 on each one, so you never know where you're going to end up. You'd have to trust that. And in that case, you'd probably want to go somewhere in the middle. But again, you don't know. Like, you know? Oh, look, it's the CG of all of us together! Oh, Otaro's adorable! Kinji's still beautiful as shit. Oh, I love it. You know what the funniest part is? I love Kinji to fucking death, but my eyes go to Otaro here because he's just so adorable. He's like, he looks so eager and excited and puppy-faced. And it's like, look, he's so adorable. Yeah, my eyes keep going to Otaro. He's never going to steal my heart from Kinji, don't get me wrong. But, like, it's just funny because that's where your eyes go. It's probably because his eyes are so ginormous, but... which one should I pick? There could be up to 2 more cards added to this card, right? If I have to get the last digit close to 9... Oh, okay, so it's the last digit. Okay. Then would it be better to pick a big number? I've decided. I'll take 8. I see. Otaro, how about you?
Then I'll pick 1.
Then I'll take the remaining 9.
So you've all decided. Then for the last card, I'll draw 1 for the dealer.
The owner placed a card face down by his side. What is that card?
It's the dealer's card. This time I'm going to bet on this one. It's a rule not to show the dealer's card to make the match exciting.
I see. So there's one more unpredictable opponent. I thought it'd be easy, but it's actually quite difficult. While I was thinking that, the owner placed 1 new card for each of us with a practiced hand. But strangely, this time they were dealt with their numbers facing down.
This is the first additional card to start. Only the one who bet on the card can see it. Check it out.
At his prompting, everyone silently picked up their new card. Interesting, okay. It's an 8 again. It's funny because it's like 3 birds. I don't know how it's an 8. 8 plus 8 is 16. So that means my hand became 6. Okay, see, now I understand how we're playing. All right. The last number closest to 9. Well, I think he said that, the last number, but I wasn't thinking the last number in, like, 29 would be not... You know what I mean? Like... I have to make the number close to 9, so this might not be that great.
Now then, does anyone want to add 1 more? This is your last chance to change your hand.
So you can choose if you want to take the last card or not. What should I do?
Here. Come on, Pops, give me another card. I'm begging you. Alright, no problem.
While I was trying to decide, Otaro energetically raised his hand. Apparently, the last card would be handed over face up. The owner tossed the card labeled 4 to the overly motivated Otaro. See, that would be bad for us because we would have gotten... It would have been a 0. Well, that's close to... Well, okay, is it close to 9 as in, like, 0 is the furthest away? Or do you go in a loop and you're like 8 and 0 are equally close? I'm assuming 0 is further away. But at that moment...
This sucks, man.
Otaro arched back and continued on until he was lying on top of the tatami. I peered down at him from the side, and his eyes looked surprisingly dead. What's wrong, Otaro?
It's not great. Looking real dicey here. I don't know how I'm gonna live with myself.
Don't give up on life?
No way. If I'm penniless, I can't even afford to cross the river Styx.
Then Otaro started rolling and rolling around on the tatami while still on the ground. He's a little dramatic. He's like, I'm not going to lose, and then he's like losing, so he's rolling around and being dramatic. Unless he's faking it, because this is his poker face. No matter how you looked at it, he was definitely sulking. I'm assuming he's just dramatic. What should we do, Kinji? Leave him be. This happens all the time. All the time, huh? But judging from this reaction, he didn't get a good hand.
What are you gonna do, mister?
I'll refrain from taking one. Kinji ended up with 2 cards. Does that mean he already has a good hand? Well, I mean, he was already at 9. So I don't know what the cards go to on the Hanafuda cards. You know what I mean? But if you had 10, you'd definitely still be at 9. If you got another 9, you'd end up with 18, so you'd be 8. So, like, you know? Oh, what's this? Observing the enemy, are we? Oh, God, because every time you look at me, you're gorgeous as shit. Yes. I want to get in bed with the enemy, too. What? No, that wasn't what I... It's all right. Would you like me to tell you? Huh? Don't you want to know what the number of my face-down card is? If you saw it, you'd be able to figure out my hand, right? Is it all right to do that? Yes, I don't mind. However, in return, you have to try to make me happy.
Deal.
You have to try to make me happy. Done. Deal. No, done. Whatever you want, I'll do it. Can we say yes? I want to say yes. Whatever you want, I will do it. I know we're over time, but this part's going, so we know these scenes take like 50 minutes, so. Huh? Make you happy? What do you mean by that? Shh, just do it. This is me, the ghost inside of her, putting my finger on her lips. Shh, just do it. Do whatever he wants. Anything and everything. Who knows? You should figure that out yourself. Oh, God. He's so devious, I love him. And then Kinji looked at me as if he was testing me. Say yes, do it. Let me give me a choice. Perhaps it was due to the subtle angle of his lips and the corners of his eyes, but his expression was as sensual as ever. Which, okay, first of all, he's a vessel, so we know we ain't gonna get freaky. Okay? He's not that guy, but she, you know what I mean? She's still on the, like all of us, hell yeah, I'll do whatever you want. Oh, it's probably gonna be like mopping your house or something. It's gonna be something where it's not gonna be anything kinky and dirty because you don't give a fuck about that. Damn it! Damn it, I disappoint myself! What should I do? What would make Kinji happy? I mean, I could think of some things. If he weren't a vessel. It's still worth a shot. I'm willing to try. Since he's a man, should I do something sexy like what I saw earlier in the red light district? No way! There's no way he's expecting anything like that from me. Although the fact that he's like got the sexy little smile and you're like, you don't even know what you're doing. So maybe if I do something from my past experience that's made someone happy before. Then from the back of my mind, I remembered a memory from my youth. Oh yeah, a shoulder massage. Would you like a shoulder massage? Huh? A shoulder massage, you say? I don't know why my brain can't say the word shoulder right now. You know, a shoulder massage. You use your fist to tap on someone's shoulders from behind. It gets rid of tight muscles. No way. That's out of the question. Huh? How come? My shoulder massages got lots of positive reviews. I even gave them to Father every day. You're not selling this very well. For starters, my shoulders aren't stiff. And why exactly are you treating me like your father? Because they say girls want to marry their dads? Gross. I want to... Maybe I should treat you like my brother. Wink, wink. I do like the fact that he's like, this is a typical man who says, why are you treating me like your dad and not your lover? And you're like, but you don't know, you shouldn't have any of these desires. The fact that you're teasing me, though, I'm here for it. I didn't mean anything by it. As Kinji stared at me with cold eyes, Otaro rolled back to us.
Spacey, you can't treat Kinji like an old man. You should remember that if you want to keep working. Though to be fair, he is the eldest in the Oniwaban.
Oh, Kinji getting all mad.
Ow!
Struck by a lightning-fast backhand. The fact that Kinji just bitch-slapped Otaro. Otaro ended up rolling all the way back to the wall.
He is the oldest, smack!
He's the oldest because he was brought to life first, but, like, you don't know what that means, you know what I mean? But, like, it's also, like, you want to be like, he's actually the most ancient artifact. It could very well be that, too. Otaro's advice might not have been wrong. The gambling house owner watched over our interactions with a calm smile.
Last one's you, little lady. You want an additional card, or do you want to end here? What's your choice?
Take another card, don't take it. I don't know what the answer is. Take another card. I'm assuming take another card, like, well, we're in Kinji. We're going down Kinji's route, so this will be a Kinji choice, maybe. Purple for Kinji, so yeah. Kinji stayed at only 2 cards, so there's a high chance that he's got a good hand. Which means I can't win with a 6. One more card, please.
Alrighty, here you go.
I asked with great gusto when the owner tossed the card over to me. The card had an 8 on it. No way! There are 3 8s, which is 24, so my hand is just 4?
Alright, everyone has their cards. Let's show them all together.
1, 2, 3! At the owner's cue, everyone displayed their hands.
And then we're back to this sprite, but Otaro looks depressed. We look a little sad, and Kinji looks so motherfucking proud of himself.
You know why picking another card is good? Because Kinji beats us, but I guarantee you if we don't, we beat Kinji. And then you know what I mean? Then he wouldn't like us beating him. I got a 4. I have an 8. 6.
And I'm 4 and a 1.
After we confirmed as much, I turned back to face everyone. Wow, I lost harder than fucking Otaro did. So that means Kinji won?
Nope, combo of 4 and 1's called the shipping, so it's my game.
Shippin'?
And here's a special hand in Oichikabu. Oichikabu, yeah. If you see a shipping, the dealer wins without question.
That's a thing? I could do nothing but be surprised at the appearance of an unexpected deus ex machina. Meanwhile, the owner was in the middle of excitedly collecting all the wagered money on the table.
I'll be happy to take all used betting money. Thank you very much.
Wait just a second. But then Kinji placed a hand on the owner's arm. The owner furrowed his brow at Kinji, who was raining on his parade.
What's the big deal? No takebacks, pal.
No, that's not it. It's just... Isn't the young lady's hand an arashi with 3 8s? Oh. Oh no, we get 3 8s and we get a special hand and then Kinji gets to defend us. That's the bonus?
Huh?
After Kinji pointed it out, the owner peered at my hand once more. Just as Kinji said, my hand was comprised entirely of 8s. Oh! The dealer should know his hands, but also, okay, so that's why we get a card, so now Kinji gets to defend us. Ooh, that's why this is choosing a card as the Kinji answer. The total was 24, so my hand should have been a mere 4, but... Otaro, what's an arashi?
That's another hand in Oichikabu. When you have 3 cards of the same number in your hand, it's an automatic win. If a player gets it, they can even win against a dealer shipping.
Wait, then that means... Spacey, you win.
Damn, you got me.
As soon as the match was decided, the owner slammed his card against the tatami. Huh? Wait, I'm the winner? And then I get to romance Kinji. I really am the winner today.
Awesome! That was such a clean victory. A strong hand versus a strong hand.
You're quite good at ending up on top. Phrasing? I would like to end up on top of you. This is why they don't allow me to be main characters in Otome games. Because I would say shit like this. Thank you very much. I don't really get it, but it seems I got lucky. Because that's the shit that main characters in Otome games say. And he's like, it seems good that you end up on top. And I'd be like, I want to be on top of you. And he'd be like, what? And you're like, nothing. No, you heard me. You want me to say it again? I want to be on top of you. I'm not trying to hide it. Shut up and take off your clothes. You know what I mean? In reality, I would never say this shit because I'd be like, in my head I think it, but... Got lucky, you say? I can't say that luck wasn't involved, but that wasn't the only reason why you won. Taking a card or leaving a card, trying to read your opponent's hand. Competitions live and die on this sort of strategy. Perhaps you really are well suited for the entertainment district. Oh, you know what? That is the biggest compliment I'm probably going to get from you. You know what? I think we're going to get more compliments from him, but oh my god, I'm gushing. Do you think so? She's giggling too. I would too. More of happiness bubbled up inside of me from Kinji's straightforward praise. Then, after we finished the necessary steps and left the gambling house, the town was just as rowdy as earlier. I mean, I feel like should have been a transition, so you know what? We're already super late, so we're gonna go back to this. It wasn't really a full transition, it was just a slight scene change, but we're like 15 minutes over, so let's do the then and then the rowdy town next time. So, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.